Ciao ragazzi, benvenuti to the channel. If you are new, welcome back. If you are one of our existing faithful, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to my brother from all the way in Texas, Moman. How are you, my friend? Thanks for joining us on Inter Worldwide.
How's everybody? Welcome to Inter Worldwide, wherever you are in the world.
Thank you so much. And thank you to the first 5 people that have clicked on this video immediately. Big love and big ups to you. Let us know who you are. There's a whole heap of comments here from one of our followers. So we're going to go to a few of them soon. But guys, if you are just coming into the video right now, let us know how you've been, where you are in the world, what you've been up to. Are you still celebrating the Azzurri height from Euro, or are you just so G'd, so pumped for the new Serie A season to start that it's all eyes on black and blue? We've got a few things to talk to you about today. So shout out to our boy Mario Galliano and also to Ari Sudana from Indonesia. There's a lot to talk about. We played a friendly against Lugano, our annual friendly cup against them, which, you know, is a trophy at the end of the day, not a competitive one in the real season, but it's always nice to get that win. However, it's usually come a lot easier than winning it on penalties. We're going to go through that performance and that fixture. Also talk about some of the players who are rumored in the mercato to be going somewhere, and also cannot forget the players who might be coming in, although it's not going to be too many. Mo, just generally, how you've been feeling in the football world? Crazy season is about to start. International duty has finished. You ready for the rampant reports every single minute of every single day?
Absolutely, man. This is, you know, the season where there is like world football, like a World Cup or like a Euros or something. It feels very short, the break. Like you just, something is done and then boom, you're into the new season. Everybody's about to start in August. There's only 1 month in between, and there are a lot of friendlies. There are no vacation for anybody. And apparently no vacation for us, Anthony. Inter just started, Lugano, lots to talk about, and here we are.
Here we are indeed. So Inter versus Lugano, we'll start with that. 2-2 at the end of regulation time. Inter win on penalties by 5-6. Hey, what's up, Ricky Buzz? It's very good to see you here, and good to know that we're in double digits. 11 people in the video right now, which is awesome. Make sure you like the video, and thank you so much for joining us on Inter Worldwide. We appreciate it dearly. Yeah, we went 2-0 down at the break. Actually, no. Sorry, it was 2-1 at the break, and then we scored in the second half. Mo, what were your thoughts on the friendly against Lugano before we start going into a few more specifics? And you think the boys look good in their new jersey or not?
Well, I've raised my opinion about the new jersey, but I think with the new logo, with the new like sponsor, I think it's gonna be slick, nice, and it's a change from what we normally see for the last years. And yeah, I just like it. You know, like it's just, they look good. The players, they look good. Not Gagliardini and Nainggolan, but the rest, they look good.
Yeah, or Dalbert for that much. I remember when he got put on toast just before that goal. It wasn't a good look whatsoever. But you know, it's still a friendly at the end of the day. And what, 8 or 9 of our starters were not present. You could argue even more. In terms of the players getting a run on the pitch that we know have headed for the exit door or are heading for the exit door already, you had Dalbert, who I didn't even know he was going to take the pitch. I thought the paperwork for Cagliari was at that sort of stage where he wasn't going to take the pitch, but he did. He is moving. Raja is going in the other direction as well, back to Cagliari. This place seems like it's a bit of a dumping ground for us, man. And I don't mean that in a really disrespectful way, but when you look at Diego Godin, Asamoah, Nainggolan, and Dalbert now as well, we really are doing some business with Cagliari in terms of our trash being their treasure. Mo, your thoughts on Dalbert and Nainggolan pretty much virtually out the door to Cagliari. Are you happy with the wage space and the gap that we've saved? Especially considering it's important to note, my friend, Cagliari are paying 100% of that Dalbert wage. That's good. That's something we haven't exactly done right over the last couple of years.
Man, I like Cagliari, man. I feel sorry for them. I'm sorry that they're gonna get Dalbert. You know, I've watched the guy over and over again, and I'm trying to convince myself, okay, did someone choose this guy when he was young? What did they see in him? What was his attribute that they said, oh my God, this guy needs to be a football player. Let's make him a football player. Okay. Is he strong? No. Is he quick? No. Does he know how to cross? No. Does he know how to defend? No. Shoot? No. Okay, I feel sorry for Cagliari. At least Asamoah was a league winner with Juventus. He was one of the actually best left midfielders at the time when he played for Juventus with Allegri. You remember that? So they're getting an experienced player with Asamoah, but then now you're talking about Dalbert, who I said that on Twitter. If someone follows me on Twitter, I said he should find a different sport. And I'm sorry to say that. I know that this is his bread and butter, but I hope he succeeds with Cagliari because I like Cagliari. As for Nainggolan and the Belgian Nainggolan, who was a beast at Roma, came to Inter, partied a lot, did not play football, played something else, went to Cagliari, still walked on the pitch, as your girlfriend said before, and go back to the videos and you will see Anthony said that twice. The guy walks on the pitch. He does not run. But I'm happy for him. If he still plays football, I don't know who's going to pay the wage, who's going to pay the salary. I'm happy for him. I liked him at one point of his career. And I'm happy for him. And I'm happy that these guys are off our books. This is a huge thing for us.
Yeah. Awesome to see 16 people watching this video right now. Make sure you like it as well. We win the shootout in the end with Ranocchia getting the last penalty, as Matt Pickham says right here. Ranocchia, GOAT penalty. But I was impressed with Federico De Marco. Physically, he's not the toughest dude, but we're really going to need his set pieces as well come next season, which I think is going to be very, very, very important considering Christian Eriksen will be missing him. But it's going to be super important considering...
It's not confirmed, Anthony. It's not confirmed yet.
Sorry, confirm that what?
Eriksen is out. It's not confirmed yet. There are reports saying that if he does not have a disease, he might be able to come in if he recovers. But it's not confirmed yet. He's not off, he's not out yet. He's not out of Inter. Is he?
Yeah. I don't actually think he is. I actually don't think he is. And they said that Marotta said that when he visited him straight after that, we'd be there for him and stay with him pretty much until any news that came out. And I think they are saying things along the lines as we see the penalty shootout. And let me stop sharing that screen. I think it's very, very important to know that we are going to stick by him to the end, albeit a big part of it would be that FIFA are paying a fair bit of his wage, if I'm not mistaken. We pay Eriksen 7 million euros per season, and I've read conflicting reports saying that they're about to pay anywhere up to 5.5 million euros of that wage because he was sick, suffered that disaster on international duty. If that is the case, that really explains the 48-hour operation that was Hakan Çalhanoğlu, basically. You go and get him, you make up the loss. That doesn't actually seem like a loss. This is something that Beppe Marotta most surely must have known as it happened on the pitch. Half of him would have been devastated from a humanitarian point of view, but the professional side of Beppe Marotta must have seen that, and his brain must have started saying, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen from here on. This is exactly how we need to handle it. Let's get to work. And that's pretty much what he's done. And I hope, I'm like you, I can't wait for the morning that I wake up and I see him smiling at the training ground in an Inter piece of training gear, walking around with a smile on his face. I think I'll cry real tears, as I'm sure you will as well. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything or?
No.
All right. Well,
one more thing I need to ask you before we move on. I said on Twitter, and I got a lot of heat about it from people. I said Agomi needs to be in the club. Agomi needs to stay in the club. The guy played last season, played good. He needs to stay because Brozovic, this is his peak. That's it. We're not going to get a better Brozovic. This is it. We have seen the best of Brozovic. But we get a 20 years old who can actually improve, but he needs time. And now it's the best time to integrate somebody with winners. We have lots of winners. We have Euro winners. We have Serie A winners. We have Copa America winners and Serie A winners.
Yep.
We have a lot of winners, right? We need to integrate new people. It's the same as when Juventus integrated people that were not winners before, and then they come to next to Pirlo, next to Vidal. These guys, you integrate Pogba, and boom, you have a superstar. Why not? Agomi might be the guy who is going to be the next level defensive midfielder. This is what I think. What do you think about that?
I think he's fantastic. Physicality-wise, I know it's unfair to compare any midfielder, especially a young one, to Paul Pogba, but when he shrugs them off with his shoulder and diverts the ball in the other direction, and he's got this much space with the ball, I can't help but think of any other midfielder in the world that it reminds me of. If he can be trained in the right aspect and get that perfect balance of speed, agility, and resistance training at the same time, you're looking at a real beast on that pitch. I would have to agree 100%. We've got Alessandro on standby. I'm going to bring him in a second. I'm going to just divert into the next young man. What did you think of this kid right here, Mo?
This is Luis Suarez, man. This is Luis Suarez. We might be seeing Luis Suarez, but again, I don't want Inter to make the mistake that they did with Coutinho, the mistake that they did with a lot of people. Maybe we can keep him, and then he can come in off the bench. I like Pinamonti, but last season he did not show any signs of improvement over the season before, and maybe this kid is the solution for the vice Lukaku. Maybe. He is big. I think he's 185 centimeters or something. This is taller than Lautaro. He has the body. He has the skill. He has everything to succeed at Inter. And playing with Lukaku and Lautaro, two winners, that will give him an edge over a lot of young strikers in the league, yes.
He reminded me a little bit of El Jardinero Julio Cruz a little bit when I was watching him play. And I'm like, man, if this kid looks this hungry, he's already done a little bit more than Pinamonti. And you got to remember, Pinamonti is still fetching something ridiculous, like $2 million a season in wage. I don't know how we let that happen, 1.5 to 2 million a season. If we can get him off the books, Satriano might be a good shout for that fourth option. We've got Alessandro in the house. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. Did you manage to catch the Lugano fixture, my friend? And what did you make of it? Can't hear Alessandro. Is it just me, Mo, or can you not hear him either?
I can hear him. I think his camera's frozen. So
yeah, definitely. I'll give him a chance to jump out and jump back in. Despite that fixture, man, we've got a couple of fixtures coming up, friendly rise. However, I've started to read a couple of rumors that some of these games might be cancelled. I spoke with our friend Alex Dono on the Patreon section of Culture Connection yesterday. And he said that, despite living in Florida, he was quite adamant that the fixture between Inter and Arsenal might actually get cancelled. Your thoughts on that, Mo? I know you're in the States, maybe not as close to there, but do you think Inter's going to make an appearance in the US before we start domestic football?
I think so, because Lukaku is catching them in Orlando, I think, next Saturday, next week. So I'm assuming he is going to be there before the game Sunday against I'm looking at the game now, and I don't think it's going to get canceled. Why does Alex think? Because of the flooding that happens there, or because
I think because of maybe a potential possible COVID outbreak again. They're just scared for that, and they just want to take every necessary procedure to make sure nothing happens.
Maybe. But the States, like everybody here, most of the people here in the States are vaccinated, all of us. Yeah. But you never know. Florida is very open.
Yeah, fair call.
But they have to play good friendlies, right?
Yeah, man. We can't be going into next season without any test. I mean, I remember some of the friendlies we played in the past, or going into international cup trophies, or even just playing that really entertaining short TIM Cup with Juventus and Milan. That was always a really practical run around.
I like that one, man.
I like that one too. That was awesome. Yeah, let's move on to probably the most important topic of today's video. And thank you if you're still tuning in. It's been fun so far. 14 still in the house. Make sure you like it. Helps us a lot. Naitan Nandez, very much so on the agenda, on the list, like halfway, almost done to an extent. In terms of that caliber of player we'll start off with, he's not the caliber of signing that you're going to jump over joys and hoops and get excited about. As I've said before, you're downgrading from Hakimi Lamborghini. You're not going to get another model car that's going to satisfy you no matter what. Is this guy coming in to play some multiple versatile roles under Inzaghi, Mo? Because that's what the word is after he played about half his season at right wing back last season at Cagliari. 3 goals, 4 assists, I believe, but has played a lot of midfield as well. Has dropped back into more of as a defensive midfielder. Reminds me a little bit of a less tenacious Gary Medel when he plays in that role. But other than that, I can't see a reason to be upset with the signing, because beggars cannot be choosers, my friend. We're in a position where we need to get some wages off the books. As you said, we've got a good relationship with Cagliari. Dalbert-Nainggolan go in the other direction, and we get potentially their first or second best player. Despite the fact they still had a rubbish season last season, he still wasn't that bad. All right, man, I've said everything I need to say.
So Naitan Nandez was one of the very little bright spots that Cagliari saw last season. And he is not bad. He's a good player. He is one of the reasons they stayed. And him, João Pedro, even Nainggolan. But Naitan Nandez, is he coming to be a squad filler? Probably. So the Inter fans, you guys, this is not a Sensi or a Barella caliber or a Hakan caliber. We don't know yet, right? Unless Inzaghi makes him a superstar. He is good. Right back. The problem with Naitan Nandez as a right wing back is he was just a filler. He was not the starter right wing back. And we need, if you're going to challenge for Scudetto, you need every single piece in your squad to be top class, which is, I can count every single player last season from Inter. We're talking about class A players. We're not talking about a 50-50 player. We're talking about a complete player, a winner. Naitan Nandez, we don't know if he's a winner or not. Maybe he's going to turn up to be the great player he is. But Inzaghi, as much as I like Inzaghi and I like what he did with Lazio, maybe he's the right guy here to take this guy to the next level, as he did with a lot of players in Lazio, as Lazzari and all the other players, right? Maybe not.
Off camera, you said, something that you've stuck by with for a long time. Your Conte, your Guardiolas, these coaches will take a player that you're not sure about and they will make sure that you're sure about them straight away.
Right away, like Guardiola took Diaz, being the good defender he is, to the best defender probably in the world last season, along with Skriniar and De Vrij. Like, these three guys were like De Ligt as well. Diaz was one of the reasons they won the league, Manchester City. Some people like Conte made Barella. If you guys think Barella was great before, he was good, but he was not like the Barella we saw last, the monster, the beast. Conte made Lukaku who he is today.
Yes.
People must understand that there are a top class managers, someone like Zidane, who made Carvajal the best right back for 3 seasons in a row in the world. Just by setting the plan right, they get this extra 20% of the player. I hope Inzaghi is that guy, because if someone can get all these goals out of Immobile, he can get something out of this guy.
Well, the optimist in me, my friend, would argue that, maybe he hasn't, he didn't win the Scudetto with Lazio, but only 2 seasons ago, he took Juventus all the way into the early 30 match days. And remember, there was a point where they went something like 9 or 10 games in a row unbeaten. And last and the season before. I know they were good last season, but the season before, when they were really pushing Juventus hardcore, even more than we were. And, I just thought to myself, with a better caliber of player, that next tier caliber of player and the next tier of mentality in your player, which you might argue that Inter did not have that up until last season. It was forging under Conte in the first season. We lost the Europa League final. Now we've got a core of players that this time last year didn't have a trophy cabinet. Now we've got players in this team who are looking with 2 major trophies in the blink of an eye. Lautaro is going to level up. Lukaku will level up. Bastoni, Barella, they will all level up, as will De Vrij and Skriniar and Brozovic after winning this Scudetto. I'm excited. Maybe that mentality, maybe that sort of energy is going to rub off on Inzaghi, and he's going to be like, I'm next, G. I'm next. It's my turn. Let's go. I've got the chess pieces. Let's play.
Well, I hope somebody new wins the league. Like, it's not Allegri again, and not Conte won it last year and he won it before. Allegri won it and he won it before. He won it with Milan. He won it with Juventus. For 10 years now, we have not seen a new coach winning the league, because Juventus won all these leagues, and then Conte, the ex-Juventini, came to us and he still won the league. Maybe we need the new Italian generation of coaches, the likes of Inzaghi, Italiano, to do something great. Inzaghi to win the league, Italiano to make Europa League or something, or Champions League or something different. Maybe we'll see these next caliber of coaches, like when we saw Mancini in the early 2000s starting to be the coach he is, and then Mancini won the Euros, right? Maybe we need to see something new. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too. That was a great chat. Very, very well done. In terms of some other news and some other stuff that's going on, most of our squad is almost back in training. I know Lukaku is training by himself at the moment. Or is he back in? Is he back in Milan or is he training overseas? Do you know, Mo? Before I check that,
he's over. I think he's in America and he's joining the squad in Florida.
Okay, cool. We're going to go off to a new topic right now. Potential loanees that are coming in or transfers. Well, they won't be permanent transfers. No one's doing that thing at the moment. But let's talk a little bit about the Bellerin and Alex Telles deal. Alex Telles, Manchester United player. I know I'm saying his last name wrong. I'm sure there's a more sophisticated way to pronounce it in Spanish. But a player for Inter who was signed in the 15/16 campaign. Didn't stay very long, only 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, before being shipped back out. Or he might have stayed the whole season, just spent majority on the bench. I'm not too sure. But we didn't see the likes of him after that. Although people will argue he was one of the first players post-treble to get us a little bit excited about that left wing back position. He didn't play a lot of football, Mo, at Manchester United last season after having a great few years at Porto. But maybe do you put that down to more Manchester United playing a back four under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Luke Shaw being a better slot in at left back rather than left wing back, even though Alex Telles has played plenty of both? What do you think's going on at Manchester United to signify that this deal could be a possibility for Inter? Just give us your overall thoughts on it.
So Alex Telles is actually a left back. He's not a left wing back. He started as a left back. Yep. And he played as left back. They brought him to Manchester United to play at a left wing back. And then Solskjaer said, you know what? I'm going to stick to my four in the back. I'm going to play Luke Shaw because he's British, right? Like Luke Shaw is English and they needed him. And Luke Shaw is a very good left back, by the way. He's a really good player. And I know that people don't watch a lot of Premier League, but he is really good. This is why Alex Telles, like when you have a good player, but you have a better player and the better player is just keeps doing 90 minutes over 90 minutes over 90 minutes.
Yep,
can get in. And to be honest, Alex Telles came to Man United with a lot of the wages big. And if we're going to take him on loan, we'll need to pay that wage. He's a great player. And actually, I think as an attacking left wing back, he's good. But do we need Alex Telles?
He's on, that's his 2014 salary. I looked up his wage and it said 650,000 euros. I'm like, that can't be true. Nowhere near true. He earns 93,000 British pounds a week. So it's not cheap. I don't know if we're going to get him. That would have to be a deal where Marotta sends Ed Woodward to the cleaners again, like he did a la Alexis Sanchez. And Ashley Young and Matteo Darmian, basically all of the above. And when you look at the fact that we don't need to pay the Lukaku deal, besides installments of 10 to 12 million per season.
The guy makes 6 million a year. No way we're paying this.
No, it'll have to be one of those things where we go to Manchester United and say, we'll pay 2 to 3 million maximum. We did that with Alexis at the start, but I don't know if we'll do it again because we rinsed them for that Alexis deal.
As for Bellerin.
Yeah.
Okay, just to close the Alex Telles thing, do we need a left wing back? No, we don't.
Nope.
No, we don't.
Nope. Yep.
No, we don't. No, we have DeMarco, we have Kolarov, and we have Perisic, right? I said that before. Nobody liked it. That Perisic is actually a right-footed player that can play on the right side, and he's quick. People didn't like that and said, if it's working, don't break it. And then I remember all these people complaining about Perisic for probably 20 matches before they're like, yeah, he's good. And then at the end of the season, he's shit again. Mate, Hector Bellerin, 26 years old, right back from Spain, if you don't know. He has been in Arsenal for years and years. He plays like a 35 years old from his experience. The guy, played a lot of years in Arsenal, played tons of games. He's 26 years old, guys. He played about 180 games for Arsenal at right back. He's the captain, I think, for Arsenal. He's the most capped, I think, after Xhaka, probably, the Swiss player. So Hector Bellerin is blessed with tons of speed, if you have not watched Premier League before, you go watch a lot of clips. He's really good in actually, he's not a bad shooter. He's not a great crosser though. But as a right wing,
neither was Ashraf Hakimi, to be honest. He was a horrible crosser of the ball.
So Hector Bellerin is a similar player to Hakimi in terms of speed. However, he is more experienced than Hakimi in defending. Because the guy can played most of his career at 4 in the back. Lately, they play 5 in the back in Arsenal only this season, but before it was mostly 4 in the back. If we sign this guy, he is good. Is he a winner? Yeah, maybe. He won a cup with Arsenal here and there, an FA Cup with Arsenal when Arteta won it last year. Is he a top-class player? He was called to the Spanish national team a couple of times. As someone said here before the ACL, he was really good. After the ACL, he's not great. A lot of players are not. But maybe some players just need a change of... Okay, guys, remember Lukaku. We got Lukaku at 27 years old, and he was like that reject from the Premier League. And we got one of the best number 9s in the world, right, for the last 2 seasons. Maybe Hector Bellerin will be one of these guys. Go watch a lot of clips for him. And I'm not sure if you, Anthony... I know Anthony watch a lot of Premier League, and he knows Hector Bellerin really well.
I mean, there was one point in time where Barcelona, they were hell-bent on signing him. There was no other option. It was, okay, Hector Bellerin's the next one at right back, and he'll probably stay there for the next 10 years. They were that adamant. And then he did his ACL, which someone alluded to over here as well, and said, that after ACL, it was Ari, my G. After ACL injury, he's not the same player like before. But once again, as Mo's saying, maybe it's just something where he needs a refresher. He needs a change of system. He needs a change of country. When you get that stale, and, Mo alluded to it, he's the second most capped player in this Arsenal team under Granit Xhaka. Where's the identity in this club? Where is the identity in this Arsenal club where that sentence actually makes any sense, to be honest? That's a huge explanation to their downfall. He needs a new environment. He needs a change. He needs a country where he doesn't need to burst up the sideline as often, as much. But I think I'm happy to see him come in because, once again, I think we're a little bit weak on that side. However, there's a good comment up here from Reina Hualpa, and he says that D'Ambrosio and Darmian look like they're ready for an intense year. Mo, what role do you think these 2 players are going to play this season?
They can be our starter right wing. Guys, these guys are not... Okay, D'Ambrosio, I love D'Ambrosio, right? But he's not a right wing. A right wing back is more of an attacking player than a defender. This is what you need. This is the Perisic, Hakimi. Hakimi and Perisic can actually be right wingers. They don't have to be right backs, right? But D'Ambrosio is more of the guy that will fill in as a right wing back, but his role is a right center back instead of a Skriniar or something like this. As of Darmian, I like Darmian, man, but would you win the league with Darmian as your starting right wing back? It's just... Be honest with yourself. We like Darmian. He won the league. It's as much as he's as good as Ashley Young, right? Like Ashley Young is good, great. But the difference is Ashley Young won the Premier League. Darmian did not. He won it last year with Inter. Ashley Young won the Premier League as a starter, actually, with Manchester United. So,
yeah.
That's the difference.
No, good. Great comment here as well. And I think he had a blinder against Lugano. My personal man of the match. 2 amazing saves in game and 2 even better saves from the penalty spot. The second one, the best one of the lot. Radu, trust the lad, give him a chance. I believe in him and you all should too. Mo, I'm happy to go into next season with Handanovic starting, provided that Radu starts to integrate a little bit. I know we would love to get a world-class replacement for Handanovic like that straight away. But it's just not going to happen in this climate. And I think Marotta and co have closed the book on the whole goalkeeper issue. We've got the play. He's got, is it Cordaz, who's come in as the third choice.
Why not Silvestri, Anthony? Why did Silvestri go to... Silvestri is one of the best goalkeepers in the league.
And why did he go for peanuts? Why did he go for peanuts?
Why did he go to Udinese? It's a step down. He's 29 years old. This is your next big final and the next big contract.
Funny enough, you said that on Cultural Connection Patreon yesterday. I was asked the exact same thing by Jerry Mancini, and I said that I think at this point in his career, he wants to play 38 games. I don't think he's convinced he gets to play 38 games. And another thing, I don't know if he wants the whole pressure of being the goalkeeper to come in and replace a stuttering Samir Handanovic after we've won the Scudetto, only for him to not live up to the expectation. I don't know. I really don't know, but I don't know. Did we offer less money? We didn't even make a bid or anything.
We didn't
make a bid. So your question is for Inter. I cannot answer this one. I've got no idea.
Anyway, back to the problem. The problem, in my opinion, with big teams. Okay, guys, we moved from being Inter, who were great in the past, by reaching Europa League final and winning Serie A this season, to be Inter back. We are a top class team that everybody would want to go to Inter. The problem with that is in the current situation, you'll need either two things. You'll need to have a top goalkeeper and then replace that top goalkeeper with someone integrated one game at a time during a whole course of a season, which did not happen last season with Radu. The other option is to drop your main goalkeeper like what Real Madrid did. Keylor Navas, you're out, PSG, Courtois, 80 million, get me from Chelsea. Like when they bought the Roma goalkeeper, Liverpool bought
Alisson
Becker. Top class goalkeeper today. You're paying that much money, you're getting a top class goalkeeper. Do we think Radu is the guy that will be integrated slowly? Do you see Radu in 2 years being the starter for Inter? I don't think so. And I don't see that. I'm not sure if he's the material, the Inter material. Like Handanovic, when he came to us, he was the best goalkeeper in the league, actually. When he came to us, he was one of the best from Udinese. I'm not sure, but I would rather have Musso from Udinese, have Silvestri, maybe Golini from Atalanta, like somebody, like we can get these guys, and these guys can start right away.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with Handanovic. To be honest with you, I think Handanovic is going to have a great season again. And I just said it here. I just said it here on Inter Worldwide today. I think Handanovic is going to have a great season because Inzaghi, guys, he had shitty defenders with Lazio. And he still challenged Juventus to win the league. If it was not for COVID, I believe he could have actually went to the last game and challenged for the Scudetto. He has a great defense. He has the best trio in the league. And I'm sorry for Bonucci and Chiellini lovers. I love them. They won the Euros. But I would rather have Skriniar, De Vrij, Bastoni every day of the week, because these guys will guarantee you 35 games top class of the year. Chiellini, Bonucci might get injured and miss 20 games.
Yeah.
Grabowski would be great as well. Matt Peckham said, we needed to spend a lot of money to get a goalkeeper. We should have gotten Silvestri, to be honest with you. But I think the problem is Handanovic didn't want to go. And he's in a lot of money, Handanovic. I think he's on 4 million or something, or 3.5.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money. I remember back in the days when Julius Caesar was on 12 and we thought that this is okay. No, but back in the days, it was a different story. Moratti used to spend, hey, Milito here is 10, Michael here is 8. That's a different story. But we should have gotten Silvestri, Anthony. We should have gotten Silvestri.
Yeah, well said, man. I'm just going to go to a few of the people who tuned in today before we head off after what has been a fantastic chat. We could go on a bit longer, but with the time I've got coming up and Mo as well, I think we're just going to wait for the headlines to run their course. So, Reina Hualpa, thank you so much for tuning in nice and early and getting that conversation started. Ari, Ricky Buzz, Matt Pickham, my G from Down Under. Hope you're well. Hope you're surviving in this difficult period for us down under. King Darian, as always. Biggie, as always, right on cue. Did I miss anybody? That might be it. That just might be it. All right, cool. And wow, player, I didn't get your comment up, but that's the first time I've seen you comment. Selling Hakimi is Inter's biggest mistake in the last 10 years. You can refer to all of our videos in between the first rumor to him to PSG and up until about a week ago, man, because it's kind of everything.
I disagree.
Disagree?
I disagree. Do you know, in 2010, I was actually one of the people that said that we should actually sell Maicon after 2010.
Because
Because
2010, in hindsight, we should have let a lot of contracts go. But
Diego Milito should have been sold.
how do you dismantle a treble-winning team, though? Ego-wise, attitude-wise, you can't do that.
They were all aging. And we got offered shit tons of money. And I promise you, Anthony, if we sold these players and replaced them with others that will come and be integrated with Samuel Eto'o and stuff, we would have not been in this financial situation today. 2010. I'm talking 2010, Diego Milito, who we got offered 16 million from Real Madrid to buy Diego Milito. Maicon, we got offered 40 million. We would have made tons of money and the books would not have been. See, I'm talking 10 years ago. Some teams, they make mistakes, and that was our mistake. Hakimi today, when we sold Hakimi today for 70 million, it's a lot of money. And I'm sorry, guys, Hakimi is not the reason we won the Scudetto. It was Conte, guys, and Lukaku and the defense, guys. We will replace him.
Yeah, fair enough. Guys,
I did not say that on Inter Worldwide.
No, you did not. But guys, I really wait, there's one more comment that came in and I want to allude to it while we're here. John Yousefi, who's also a regular here. Big shout out to you, John. Man, we can definitely survive with Handa. We can, however, see, it's what Mo said. We won the league because of Conte. We pissed the league because of Conte. When you look at that table now and look at us winning the league in double-digit figures, it doesn't matter that Handanovic cost us only about 3 or 4 points last season because we won the league by 12. But what happens this season if we're coming down to really small, fine margins and we can't get over the line? And I'll give you a couple of practical examples. Handanovic lets the goal in for Torino and we go down 1-0. Handanovic lets the goal in for Hellas Verona and we go 1-1. Does a team that doesn't have the Conte-built resilience be able to come back and win both of those fixtures? We'll find out this season, guys. We will find out this season. There's plenty of time to find out. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Brother Mo and Brother John are correct. To the 20 people who are still here in this video, it was super enjoyable and it was made just as enjoyable by your interaction. So thank you so much for joining me, Mo. And we'll see plenty of you again soon on Inter Worldwide.
Thank you guys so much for being here. From everywhere in the world, from all of us here, we thank you for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our channel, please. That gives us more and more support so we can go on and make the content that we always do. Thank you, Anthony, for hosting. Thank you so much, man.
No, anytime. Thank you for your help. And a small little side plug to our friend Alex Dono. He has a small Patreon page on his Culture Connection brand where he just focuses on Inter content. It's only about 10 to 15 minutes every day. And I'm going to be stepping in and hosting 1 or 2 of those over the next couple of weeks. So give that a like and a follow as well. And as always, thank you so much. Forza Inter. I'm getting psyched for the new season. Thank you, Mo. Let's do this.